Welcome back to the channel. My name is Thomas Fletcher and I'm the host of the LCSW network. If you're new to the channel, please do me a favor by smashing that like button, by subscribing to the channel, and by sharing this video with your social work colleagues and friends. The purpose of this channel is to create a community of hope and support, where social workers can come for relevant news, information, and inspiration. Welcome back to Self-Care Saturday. Welcome back to Season 6, Episode 21 of our Self-Care Saturday series. So, I am so glad that you're all here to take time to prioritize yourself today. In this episode, we're diving into something that's both fun and healing, and that is engaging in creative activities for stress relief. Whether you consider yourself an artist or not, creativity is something we all have within us, and it's a powerful way to reset, recharge, and reduce stress. So let's talk about how and why creative activities can support your well-being and how to make space for them in your life. So in this first segment, we're going to talk about why creativity helps reduce stress. So first, let's talk about the why. When we're stressed, our nervous systems go into high alert, what we often call fight, flight, or freeze. Creative activities can help shift us out of that state and into a more relaxed, mindful mode. So here's what happens when we engage creatively. First of all, our breathing slows. Next, our focus narrows in a calming way. The brain starts producing dopamine, that feel-good chemical. And we enter something called flow, a mental state where time melts away and our worries temporarily pause. It doesn't matter if you're drawing, dancing, writing, cooking, or planting a garden. What matters is that you're present and you're creating something from within. So in the next segment, we're going to talk about the I'm not creative myth and busting that myth. So now I can already hear some of you saying, but I'm not creative. Let me challenge that idea. Creativity isn't about being perfect. It's about expressing something inside of you without judgment. Ever doodled during a meeting? That's creativity. Ever hummed a tune in the shower? Yeah, that too is creativity. Tried a new twist on a family recipe? That's definitely creativity. We've just been taught to associate creativity with talent, but really it's about play and exploration, and play is healing. All right, so in our third segment, we're going to talk about types of creative activities. So let's get practical. What kinds of creative activities can support stress relief? Here are some you might try. First, let's start with the visual arts. Things like drawing, painting, coloring, even adult coloring books, right? Which you can buy on Amazon, among other places. Collage and vision boards also count as visual arts. Here's my favorite, photography. And it can include using your phone and capturing what inspires you. Second type of creative art is writing. And there's many different ways we can write. One type of writing that I talk about a lot on this channel is using journaling. We can use journaling to journal our thoughts or writing poetry, right? Next type of writing is called stream of consciousness. Just let your thoughts flow. Here's actually one of my actual favorite types of writing, and that's gratitude journaling. And usually people, when they talk about gratitude journaling, they talk about writing down 3 things you're grateful for each day. The way I like to do my gratitude journaling is I don't do it every day, although I try to give myself some gratitude self-talk every day. I try to do that at least once a day. But I do make it a practice of gratitude journaling once a week. I usually do that on my Sundays before the work week begins. I will gratitude journal about things I'm grateful for from the previous week. And oftentimes I have more than 3 things to write about, but whatever works for you. The next type of creative art involves music and sound. There's many of us that play instruments, even if you're rusty. I know I haven't been on a piano in a long time, but in my younger years, I used to enjoy playing the piano. Another type of music and sound is singing, humming, drumming. I would even count karaoke or car karaoke, which is something that I do regularly. Singing in the car, singing along to the radio, right? Another type of music and sound creative activity that we can enjoy is creating playlists that match or shift your mood, right? The next type of creative activities that we can enjoy for stress relief involves movement-based creativity. Things like dancing. Yeah, dance it out, seriously. Another type of movement-based creativity is yoga with expressive or flowing movements. The next type is walking in nature and letting your body move freely. That's one of the things that I love coming out here to nature, just moving freely, enjoying the natural spaces out here. Although most of my movement involves cycling, but walking, cycling, it's all involves movement, right? The next type of creative activities are crafting and DIY. And some examples include knitting, crocheting, sewing, making candles or natural soaps. One of my childhood favorites was woodwork, sculpting, and Legos, actually. Yeah, as a child I enjoyed all 3, woodwork, sculpting, and Legos. And remember, there's no pressure to finish or be good at any of this. The purpose is to give your nervous system a break and your spirit a little room to breathe. All right, so in segment 4, we're going to talk about making time for creativity. Okay, so how do we actually make space for creativity when life feels so full? Here are a few ideas. 1, set a timer for just 10 minutes. Give yourself permission to do a creative activity with no goal other than joy. Number 2, create a creativity corner. Even if it's a tiny table with your sketchbook and markers, having a space helps. Number 3, pair creativity with routines, like drawing while your coffee brews or journaling before bed. Here's another idea. Use transition times. Instead of scrolling your phone between meetings, try writing 1 sentence of a poem or doodling for 2 minutes. Here's another idea. Join others. Attend a community art class. Start a virtual sketch club or swap poems with a friend. You deserve joy, expression, and moments of ease, even in busy seasons. All right, so here's some closing thoughts. So here's your gentle challenge for the coming week. Choose one creative activity to try, just for the sake of it. Not to be productive, not to impress anyone. just to connect with yourself in a lighthearted, curious way. Maybe it's painting. Maybe it's writing haiku. Maybe it's building a pillow fort and coloring inside of it. And if you do try something creative this week, I'd love to hear about it. Drop a comment or tag me on social media. I'm cheering you on. Because creativity isn't a luxury. It's a form of self-care. It reconnects us to joy, wonder, and possibility. And when we're tapped into those things, we're able to show up for ourselves, our clients, and our communities. I want to thank you all for being here. And until next time, take good care of yourself. And as I always say, thank you for the work that you do every day, for your clients, for your agency, and for the profession. Please continue to take care of yourselves and each other. Bye for now.